Nathan Jones, a 1-0 defeat here at Boreham Wood, but your thoughts on another pre-season friendly in the bag?
It was a good test, a real good test. It's had a good fitness test. We come through it without any injuries, which is probably the main thing, and they've had a good workout. So we knew it would be a tough test after obviously the same result last year, to be fair. But it's, as I said, it's more about the workout, not the result at the minute. I thought at times, probably second half, we were a lot better. First half we didn't really play as well as we probably should have. But as I said, we're all learning curve. We're only 3 weeks into it, and as I said, it's another workout really.
Certainly the heat would have been a factor for both teams out there, particularly in that first half, very hot, humid and sunny conditions.
Yeah, it was, but I was same for both teams, you know. And I said I just didn't think the stuff that we worked on we didn't really do, and that was a problem. First off, I don't think the heat was a factor in that. And the second half, then it was quite cool. It was a nice evening second half. So no excuses. I don't. Pre-season you have to play in those conditions, and come the first game of the season at Plymouth, I don't envisage it to be any different. It usually is the hottest day of the year, like. So no. Look, it might have been a factor, but as I said, we're still early in pre-season. We're 3 weeks into it. We've had a few good games, but it is a tinge disappointing to lose. But I'm just glad that we come through it unscathed. You know.
And another chance for all the players to get a bit of a run out, just under an hour really before the first substitutions, and then more from that point on. Was that always the plan?
Yeah, near enough. I mean, I said if one or two were going to have 45, but we kind of left them on there. We were going to change Danny Houghton, Glenn, and Cameron at half time, but we just thought we'd leave them out there a little bit longer because they actually felt quite good. They wanted to stay out, so we just. We'll make sure everyone's topping up and getting the minutes. But as I said, it was a good workout, and it's a good combative test, and one we'll benefit from.
You said no injuries, but Dan Potts went off just before the break and then wasn't out for the second half. Nothing serious there?
No, just a head thing really, just precaution. He got a big bang in the head, so we didn't really take any precautions with that. And, it's not as bad as a leg injury, so you shouldn't really keep him out. You know.
Another opportunity for Isaac Purcell to get some time under his belt out there. Still a player that you're looking at and potential interest in?
Yeah, definitely. I said we wouldn't have kept him with us if we weren't. He's one that's sort of come on our radar a little bit. He's done quite well in training, and we're interested. And the more time he spends with us, the better he'll be. So we'll see where we are the next few days with him.
And the younger players really seem integrated into your first team squad and setup this season. During the pre-season, we noticed the back four and the goalkeeper at the end of the game. They were all from the under-18s from last season.
Yeah, they've done fantastically well, and with injuries obviously to a few first-team players. So Jack Marriott tonight was ill, and Scotty Cuthbert not quite being ready, and so on. We've used them, and they've done fantastically well, and a few of them have put themselves into the reckoning. You know, they're not here as passengers; they're here as real good squad players, and I said they've done really well. I'm really pleased with them.
You mentioned Scott Cuthbert there. He's not featured at all in pre-season. We've seen him just having a run out with the players at the end there. What's the situation with him?
Well, he's back training in that now, and just probably tonight was a little bit soon for him. So hopefully he'll be back for the weekend games, whether he's involved in the Brighton game or we play him in the 21s or something. But he'll get some minutes, God willing, this weekend. But we just wanted to give him a good bit of training before we sort of exposed him to a match scenario.
And looking ahead to Brighton on Saturday, you must be particularly pleased about that particular game in the pre-season campaign.
Well, it'll be another good test. I mean, they're a very well, they're a top championship side, so it'll be another stern test, and one which we'll be tested in. So we've had different tests so far all through pre-season. This will provide a different one again, and I said it'll all stand us in good stead for the season ahead. And I'm just delighted to see some old friends and so on. Yeah, but it'll be a test we've arranged to try and give us that sort of impetus to go into the season.
And looking forward to being back at Kenilworth Road for the first time in the pre-season campaign.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to be back. As I said, I haven't really been back there since obviously the Exeter game. So it's nice, and I said we want to start the season well. So these are all important tests for us, but we have to reiterate that we're still in pre-season, 3 weeks in. So there's a few things to iron out.